So what happens next with Canada closing its applications for temporary emergency visas for Ukrainians? Ihor Michael-Chishin, CEO of the Ukrainian Canadian Congress, joins us to explore the options. Hi, Ihor.
Hello, thanks for the invitation.
Those who might still seek refuge, what are their options now?
Well, we just saw a news release from the Government of Canada today. We're looking forward to some clarification in the coming week because it's not entirely clear what the details will be, but we believe that there's still a pathway for Ukrainians to come to Canada, albeit with some reduced services.
In your opinion, is that the right move? Is that the smart move? Not extending the program that we have so far, but kind of introducing this new one?
Well, we have gotten assurances that the QIT program, the Canada-Ukraine Emergency Assistance Visa, will continue to allow people who've applied for that program to arrive in Canada up until March of 2024. That was an announcement the government made earlier this year, and we've received assurances that that will continue, and those people, there's about 1 million applicants through that program, about 200,000 of which have arrived. So those are the people who are staying in hotels temporarily with some services and one-time income support. So there's a variety of programs happening at the same time that we need to just get some clarity from the government on exact details and operational status.
Hopefully we get that clarity sooner rather than later. But for the Ukrainians who already have arrived or are set to arrive, what resources are available to them to help with their transition?
So for people who are arriving now under this QIT emergency visa, they're entitled to 14 days at a hotel, which helps them get oriented in Canada with some services on, setting up a social insurance number, healthcare, banking, really a orientation to life in Canada. We have community volunteers who are helping meet people at airports and as well help with additional needs in terms of integrating into communities. There is a one-time financial payment that is helping people who've arrived with their first apartment or with emergency kind of food needs for their couple of weeks in Canada, just as they've arrived before they find a job. So it's really a lot for people to arrive, into a country where they have never been, to find a job, find a place to live, and to adjust. And so there's a lot of support, both from a community volunteer perspective, but also some services.
Has the program been a success so far? What are you hearing from them about their transition?
It's hard to sort of use the word success in this context because these are people fleeing a war. We're in day 507 of the full-scale Russian invasion of Ukraine. So, all of this is happening in a circumstance where we wish people wouldn't have to flee their homes and wouldn't need to become refugees. So success, I think, can be in the sense of we've seen Canadians, from all communities, coast to coast to coast, welcoming Ukrainians, helping them, at every step of the way. We've seen provincial and municipal governments, create new programs to help them on a temporary basis. And we're seeing the federal government continue to make some moves to allow people in. And unfortunately, the longer the war goes, the more people will be needing this kind of assistance. We do want a scenario where the war ends and where peace returns and people have options for rebuilding their lives.
Well said, Ihor. We'll leave it there for today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.